Well, I get asked this question a lot, and to be honest with you, it's just a release. I can't think of anything else in the world where you are so vulnerable, but yet feel so invincible all at the same time. Dollar for dollar is probably the best hobby out there, next to maybe skydiving or bungee jumping or all the other extreme sports that people do. But this is something I can literally walk out of my living room into my garage, throw a leg over my bike, and I'm out getting the adrenaline rush that a lot of us kind of crave. I chose the CBR 1000 because I grew up with Honda. Started out riding Honda three-wheelers. My first dirt bike was a Honda. First motorcycle was a Honda. First road bike. I chose this particular year because I've always liked the looks of this generation of CBR 1000. I've always wanted one. I found this one. It was low mileage, 6-year-old bike with 1,500 miles on it. So I couldn't pass it up. Way too clean of a bike to walk away from. I entertained some R1s, a couple other bikes out there that I'd really like to have, but at the end of the day, for what I spent and what I could afford to buy, this was in my price range, and this is what I wound up with. I've been riding off and on for the last 19 years. Started out on a Honda CM400T. That was my first road bike. After that, I moved up to a Suzuki SV650. From there, I went to Hayabusa. Sold that. I wound up with a CBR 1000RR. I had that for a short spell. From there, I went without a bike for quite a while. Just recently, I bought a 2005 GSX-R 600. Put that one together and rode it for a short period of time. While I had that bike, I acquired an 06 GSX-R 600 that I was going to build for a track bike. Due to some unforeseen mechanical issues with the 05, I decided to sell them both, and that's where I wound up with the CBR 1000 I have now. I bought this bike in September of 2016, so I've had it for 10 months now. I did a Leo Vince Oval Evo 2 slip-on exhaust, and then I just recently acquired a Leo Vince GP Pro exhaust can so that I can swap out the two mufflers if I choose to do so. Also did the Bazaz EFI traction control and quick shifter. Added the Bazaz Z-Bomb Mini for the ignition system. Did Grace block-off plates for the EGR. Swapped out the levers for some ASVs, shorties. And did a mirror delete with Light Tech mirror block-off plates. To finish the exhaust system with a header, we're looking at the Aero header. That's the one I really want to put on the bike. I'm going to swap out the air filter for a better breathing filter. Once that's all done, we're going to get the bike tuned, do some dyno time, and actually get it running right. It's running really rich right now. After that, it'll be just upgrades to the brakes, suspension, maybe get rid of a little bit of weight. I guess if I had an endless or bottomless pocket, I would look at maybe putting some lighter wheels on the bike, but overall I'm happy with it the way it is. So, trick question here. The correct answer would be the one I've got, but we all know that's a lie. I'd have to say I'd really like to have an Aprilia RSV4, and there's some days where I'd really want an R1, and one day I might want a Ducati or an MV. It just depends on my mood that day. I'm one of those people that could truly probably throw a leg over almost any bike out there and be happy, as long as it has the ability to do what I want to do. I don't think I could be too easily disappointed. I've had 2 wrecks, and both have taught me a couple different things. One was Christmas Eve, and it just basically taught me to be a little bit more picky, a little bit more choosy about when I ride. I don't ride around the holiday season any more than I really need to anymore, just because people are so distracted. The second one I had was just strictly riding over my ability and my limit. So I've learned to kind of check myself before I wreck myself.